Gotta be. Oh, you better run.
Really creepy after he had been talking about the best places to hide a dead body. The date was over.
Police! Police! Help! Police! What's good, you guys? My name is ReboundLeader. Welcome back with another video for today. 7 horrific Tinder matches gone horribly wrong by Mr. Nightmare. Who be using Tinder? People be still using Tinder out here? People not knowing that Tinder is probably one of the worst places you can go to try and date someone. If you're going on Tinder, you're not going to find someone that you may fall in love with, bro. It's literally meant for sleeping with people. Who should I sleep with tonight? Who should I fornicate with tonight? Like, come on, bro. Should not be going on Tinder for that. It's ridiculous, stupid, and of course, it's sus as well, because you have these horrific, weird men lurking around trying to figure out which woman they're trying to get with next. Weirdos, and vice versa.
Marissa was 23 years old when she matched with who she thought was a 25-year-old guy from town named Luke. The two were chatting on Tinder and seemingly hitting it off, so they exchanged numbers. After texting for a while talking about music and sports, the chat shifted to a more sexual tone. Marissa was on Tinder
Of course it's gonna switch to a sexual tone. It's always a sexual tone with these Tinder dates, man. When you're on the app, it's all sexual. They act like they're doing it just to get to know the person. No, they're trying to get to know who I'm gonna sleep with tonight.
Lord have mercy.
for casual sex. And when this topic came up, Luke said he was looking for the same thing. After chatting for a while longer, Luke suggested Marissa come by to his
Please do not be like these people, man. Find a beautiful, God-fearing woman. You don't need to be doing stuff like this. Please do not be this desperate, bro. Please.
house since he has the place to himself. Interestingly,
Hookup culture?
Luke didn't give an address until after he asked Marissa what area she's from. And when she did, he gave an address that was conveniently close to her, walking distance as a matter of fact.
What?
Before agreeing to come over to Luke's house, though, she requested that
What if you murder me? Oh my goodness, bro. You just ate those. You're
have a
about to
phone
eat those
call
words.
first. The two had a phone call, and Luke sounded like a normal, young guy. They joked around on the phone for a bit, until Marissa was comfortable enough to agree to go over. Deciding to go early, just to pass the house and scope it out first, Marissa walked about 10 minutes through the neighborhood until she got to the block. It was late at night, so a lot of houses had their lights off.
Why would you do
this? No cars
this?
out on the road. Marissa passed the house and noticed 2 cars in the driveway and a car parked in front.
Oh, you're screwed.
All the lights were out. It didn't look like a house with just a guy alone. This was already a red flag, so she went back down the block and texted him, "I'm almost there."
Oh boy.
He replied, "Oh, you're early. Almost ready, walk slow." Marissa was getting bad vibes, so she started slowly inching back in the direction of her house, at a pace that allowed her to stall a bit longer for a reply from Luke confirming that she was okay to come in. But suddenly Marissa heard a car approaching the intersection down the block behind her. She turned to see a white van with no headlights on.
Oh, you're screwed. You are screwed. Yep.
Turning onto the street. Marissa ran to hide behind the side of the house, and she watched as the van parked on the side of the road. The van just sat there, and nobody got out. It was parked a few houses away from the given address. Then, Marissa got a text from Luke, saying, "Okay, I'm ready. Let me know when you're on my block, I'll come out." Marissa turned and started running down the block, inconspicuously though, making sure to stay close to the houses she passed and not on the sidewalk or close to the street.
Crazy.
She ran most of the way home and blocked the number, also reporting the Tinder profile, just to be on the safe side.
Why would you? This is probably one of the most stupidest things that you can do. I'm sorry for pausing. You gotta be that dumb to just walk in the middle of the night to try to get some from a man. Are you kidding me? Are you that horny? Are you that horny to just walk in the middle of the night a few blocks? Come on, bro.
Marissa and her mother went to the address the Luke person gave, and the woman who opened the door denied even having any sons.
Wow.
Marissa and her mother went to a police station to report this incident, just so that the authorities could be aware of it and link any future reports to it as well. By the sound of it, due to Marissa's cautiousness, she narrowly avoided being abducted by the driver of that van.
Craziness.
This was the Tinder match between a guy named Chaz and who he thought were 2 girls.
Wait, what was that title? What the heck was that title? You said Tinder threesome gone wrong. What? Tinder threesome got wrong. What in the world?
This is a sickness!
Thought
To
were
even
2
think
girls
about
around
this.
his age. This is how the conversation went.
Crazy.
Friend and I think you're really cute. I hope your friend is also a girl, LOL. She is silly.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Where are you ladies from? Then they share their locations, which aren't far. The other profile asks, are you busy tonight? Yes, I am.
Why are you sharing locations?
Yes, want to come around 10. Yeah, where do you live? Wait, actually our parents are both home. Want to meet at the park? We can find a place to hang there. I guess we can do that. My parents are home too, damn. What time should we meet there, 10? Yes. Okay, what are your numbers? Let's just message on here until we meet. Damn, I see how it is. Gotta earn your trust. Yes, we're heading over now, okay? Okay, Sam, I'll probably be there like 10:10. Okay, perfect. Where exactly in the parks do you want to meet? We can meet by the statue on the dirt path. It's like
is this during the day or during the night, bro? Why do people like doing this during the night, bro? Oh my goodness.
Dog walking path. No one will be there this late.
Please.
And we could find a better spot from there together. Okay, I looked it up. I think I know how to get there. I'll message you when I'm there, okay? Okay. Chaz then arrives to the destination in the park, and he sends a message saying he's here. He follows it up with, this is kind of creepy, are you guys here? This was the last message he sent the profile before it unmatched him, and then he was left alone in the woods in the park on a dirt path completely void of any people.
Oh, heck no!
Chaz knew at this point that he had been tricked, but he didn't know just yet if he was just pranked or if he had walked into a trap. But then he started to hear noises in the woods, like the snapping of twigs and leaves on the ground.
Yeah, you're crazy.
He was being watched.
Run!
He already had his phone out, using it as a flashlight to navigate his way to the agreed meetup point. So at this point, he decided to start recording for his own protection.
What?
This was the footage he captured.
Oh my gosh, we got footage? Run! Why are you walking? What type of idiot? What type of idiot wants to meet up here? What type of person says, let's meet up at this location right here? You gotta be horny. You gotta be... Oh, you better run. You better
run. In this footage, you can easily see that as he pointed his light into the woods where he heard another sound, it revealed someone in the woods, who then started to run out from the trees and chase after Chaz.
Oh, you better run.
While running, Chaz stopped recording to turn off the flashlight, then ran into the trees to hide. He started recording again when he thought he had lost the person chasing him.
That's crazy. Just run back home. What are you doing? Oh my goodness, bro.
He kept recording the rest of his way out of the park and back to his car to have video evidence of anything in case of a worst case scenario. Luckily, Chaz made it back to his car and home in one piece. He tried reporting the profile to Tinder just based off the screenshots he took, but Tinder got back to him saying they're unable to find any profiles that match the description or pictures. Chaz was obviously not wise to enter a suspicious situation like this.
No, he was not wise
Other
whatsoever.
profiles' refusal to give their number, as well as meeting anyone for the first time in a park by the woods at night where nobody else would be around, are
and you would think this fool would have common sense to not do that, but this man wanted some coup.
The red flags that this was some
so
kind of
badly.
He was lucky to have gotten away.
Bruh.
The girl who submitted this to me wasn't the one to match this profile. Rather, it was her friend Maddie. The profile was titled Invincibles, and it claimed to be some guy, or rather a pair of people, including this Chelsea person, who would pay someone to kick the man in the picture in his groin. This is the story in the girl's words.
This is stupid.
One of my best friends, a girl named Maddie, was on Tinder one day when she stumbled upon this account. It was supposedly dedicated to finding people to kick a guy in the groin for a payment of between $50 and $100.
Why?
Of course, my friend, needing money because of the pandemic and such, swiped right on it. He quickly messaged her back that there were several people involved in this, including a girl named Chelsea. We're not sure if they were even actually real to this day. We live in a small town in Pennsylvania, and this account was listed in a couple towns over in Clearfield. My friend Maddie was of course a bit skeptical about this, so she messaged me so that she could come have some sort of backup when she went to do this. The account stated that they were doing this for a YouTube video, and the guy who was being kicked had lost a bet at a bar a couple weekends before.
Then show me your channel. Show me your YouTube channel so I can cross-reference to see if you're telling the truth. If you're not, then I am not talking to you. First of all, why would I want to do this? Why are you entertaining this? Come on, bro.
I agreed to accompany my friend because I also was a bit skeptical, but I had enough confidence that I could protect her if things happened to go south. The next day, the people, we set off towards Clearfield. The address the account gave us led to a random hotel in Clearfield, which already sort of creeped us out. The whole setting seemed off, and I'd better include that my friend Maddie had never mentioned that she'd be bringing anyone with her. We arrived at the hotel and sat for maybe an hour, if not a little less, waiting for the person to get back to us. They ended up saying that they would be a little late, and to sit tight. After the prolonged waiting, the person eventually mentioned that they were back in town. Instead of meeting at the hotel, they suggested that we just come straight to their house instead.
Nah.
Already I was feeling a little off.
Weird.
But I had confidence that I could defend my friend against any harm that may have came her way.
You're crazy.
So we set off to this guy's house, and in under 10 minutes, we eventually made it there. At first I felt relieved, as the address he gave us led to a big normal-looking house, right next to the main road. But upon further investigation, there was a creepy-looking shed behind the house, with an even creepier-looking man peering from out the side of the door to the shed.
Oh, heck no.
My friend Maddie parked in front of the shed, and she told me to wait in the car, which immediately screamed the worst things to me. But I trusted her to read the situation and know what she was doing. After all,
You have
getting paid
nothing?
money to kick some random guy in the nuts, it sounded like a dream. The guy left his shed, looking even creepier than before. He was skin and bones, with hair hanging past his shoulders.
Oh my
He also
gosh.
seemed nervous and twitchy, not at all like the guy in the Tinder profile.
Weird.
I heard her ask him, "Hey, I brought my friend along just as a precaution, is that okay?" And in that instant, I watched his expression drop, which screamed another red flag to me. He stuttered out, "Yeah, that's fine, I guess." So I got out of the car and followed her, knife in my pocket in a hurry.
Fam, you should not be doing this.
We stepped inside the shed, to which point I immediately began to regret mine and her decisions up until that point. The shed was filthy. It was cluttered with random items and boxes, with the toilet sitting in the corner.
Why did you go inside the
Yeah,
shed?
I quickly realized it must be an addict by the way he was acting, very nervous and twitchy.
You're
He was now standing
crazy.
solemnly in the corner, setting up his laptop to record this event. We made some very awkward small talk as he was doing this, at which point I noticed something else that bothered me. This random guy had Snapchat installed on his computer, which is what his friend Chelsea was messaging us from.
Weird.
I could just be paranoid, but something about this told me that he was actually Chelsea, and he needed another device to Snapchat her on to make it seem like he was someone else.
No, really. No, really.
After he set it up to record, he seemed angry and tense, as if he didn't actually think he was going to get kicked in the groin that day. He turned around, and my friend went about her business with him, and promptly after, he asked in a shallow voice, "So what are you guys doing tonight? Do you guys smoke?" referring to weed. We both quickly replied no, and that we had other things going on, despite the fact that we both do smoke. Maddie quickly collected the cash from him, and we left.
Wow.
This might not all seem off to a regular person.
Wow, you actually finessed. He actually gave you the money. That's interesting.
Can't help
Maybe because it was two of y'all, so he's like, yeah, I can't be seen trying to take on two.
feel like if I wasn't there, then something bad would have happened. After we left, my friend had mentioned that before we got there, this alleged Chelsea person had offered to rent a hotel room and buy her pizza. I don't like to think about what would have happened if I wasn't there.
Weird.
Deep down, I know that something way more malicious had been planned.
Yeah, that's a weirdo. That's a weirdo.
Based off the girl's recounting of this event, it's safe to assume that the man in the picture wasn't the same guy that they met in the shed, and that this Chelsea person didn't exist. Maddie and her friend were smart to go into this situation together, as there's always more safety in numbers.
Bro, they weren't that smart because they still went, but they still finessed and got money. That's lucky.
This last one is another example of why you can never be too careful with online dating. This was submitted by Jeremy, and this was his Tinder match. He matched with a girl named Mia, who was in the same high school class as him. Their conversation went as follows. "Hey, long time no see." "I know, hey. How have you been?" "Not bad, and you?" "I've been good, just working a crap ton." "You still talking to anyone from high school?" "No, not really. I was happy for high school to be over." "Same. It's funny we only ever really spoke a few times in school." "Yeah, I know. Maybe we should make up for lost time." "Maybe we should. Do you have a snap?" From here, Jeremy gives Mia his snap, and they continue their conversation there. Jeremy didn't take any screenshots from the snap conversation, but basically from there, they continued to talk about life after high school. Then they escalated to talking about linking up somewhere and chatting in person. They agreed to meet in a nearby parking lot behind a strip mall where nobody goes at night. Jeremy was ready to go basically right away.
Why do you guys like meeting up in the middle of nowhere in the night. Why? Why do people, can someone please explain to me? Please, someone explain to me. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you even do this? The common sense should be red flags should be flaring in your head. Oh my goodness, these people, they don't care about life or something. Like, what the heck?
Not needing much time to get ready. Mia, on the other hand, said she wouldn't be able to get there for another hour and a half at least. She claimed she was with friends and couldn't just ditch them, so they set up a meetup time for 12 behind the strip mall. It took Jeremy only 5 minutes to get there, as the lot is in the same town that the two live. He sat there in his car waiting for her for about 20 minutes, receiving apologies for being late every few minutes on Snapchat. Eventually, headlights appeared from around the corner and approached slowly, then stopped not too far from Jeremy's car. Mia snapped him a picture of his car, saying, "I think I see you." So Jeremy stepped out from his car. He then realized the car looked to be a small Honda or Hyundai, when in reality, the car that was posted all over Mia's Instagram was a Jeep Cherokee.
Oh, heck no.
Immediately, Jeremy went back into his car and went to DM Mia on Instagram. Meanwhile, the car outside was honking at Jeremy. He opened Snap and messaged her, "Hey, step out from your car and let me see you for a second." They opened it, took half a minute to reply, then said, "I don't want to, it's so cold out. What's wrong?"
Yeah, cause it's not you, Mia. Some creepy old crinkly man.
At this point, Jeremy knew something was off. So
Yep.
he got in his car and started driving home. But the car was following him, honking the horn.
Oh boy.
Jeremy decided to get on the highway, at which point the car behind him tailed off and disappeared.
Oh boy.
Jeremy pulled to the side of the road to block the Snapchat account, but they had already beaten him to it. He went home, and by then he had gotten a DM back from the actual Mia. This is how their conversation went. Jeremy opened with this. "Hey, this may sound really weird, but did I match you on Tinder?" She says, "Hi, no, why?" "Jesus, long story. I matched someone catfishing as you, and we talked for a while about high school. I really thought it was you. I met up with the person running the account in a parking lot, but it was some random car, not your Jeep, so I drove away." Then he sent screenshots of the conversation.
Yeah. Crazy stuff, man.
On August 7th, 2014, Warina Wright and Gable Tosti matched on Tinder. Gable wasn't her usual type, looking like a man who spends way too much time on his appearance.
Yeah.
He reminded her of Sam Winchester, a
Oh,
character in
heck no.
Supernatural, one of her favorite TV shows.
Weird.
Gable opened with a raunchy and aggressively forward message, saying, "You look delicious. I want to do dirty things to you."
That's
to which
weird.
Warina responds, "Does that usually work?" Gable then sends...
There's no way she fell for that. Oh my goodness. These females, man. Please use your common sense. Yo, you should not even trust anybody that says you look delicious. I want to do dirty things to you. You can easily replace those dirty things with malicious, vile, wicked things to you. Come on, females, bro. For all my females out there, please do not fall for this foolishness.
"Can you be a freak in the sheets?"
Bro.
To which she says, "Probably not, depends."
Bro.
Gable says, "What does it depend on?" And Warina responds, "What I've had to drink, lol." Gable keeps the conversation sexual by replying, "Let's get drunk together. I'm a porn star after a few drinks." Warina gives Gable her number after the two exchange a few more messages.
Disgustingness,
And a
man.
week later, they meet for the first time in the Cavill Mall. They spent the night together heavily drinking, and CCTV footage from multiple establishments showed them meeting, walking into a nearby beer garden, then purchasing a 6-pack of beer at a nearby bottle shop.
Wow.
And after their night out together, they ended up returning to the Avalon Apartments, where Gable lived alone on the 14th floor. 6
Sus.
images taken by Gable that night show the couple apparently laughing and smiling in the apartment and on the balcony from which Warina would plunge to her death only hours later.
What? Did she get drunk and just fly off the balcony? Oh my goodness, bro.
For whatever reason, Gable recorded the audio of his entire night with Warina, which included the entire confrontation the two would have towards the end of the night, which was later played during Gable's trial. It was later found out that Gable had a weird habit of recording his entire dates with multiple women.
That's weird.
At some point after the two had sex, Warina can be heard becoming increasingly erratic and aggressive towards him. However, as the night progresses, Gable can be heard in the recording refusing to let her leave, and Warina's terrified screams to let her go home are silenced when he locks her outside on the balcony.
What an idiot. You exposed yourself, buddy. Who records the full-on audio of the date, the sex, and then you record, like, what? You a dummy.
During this recording, Gable can allegedly be heard choking out Warina before locking her outside.
Call them with what? I thought you lost your phone.
Exactly.
So how are you going to call anyone without your
You
phone?
stole my fucking phone.
I didn't touch your goddamn phone.
You guys fucking stole my shit.
Shit, I should
So that's
never...
why I'm fucking calling them.
should have never given you so much to drink. I thought we were going to have fun.
Well, where's my shit?
Where's your
Where's
phone?
my shit?
What's your phone number? I'll
Going
have it.
100 fucking psycho bitch.
Hey, yo.
Fucking...
I don't deserve this shit, alright? I'm a nice fucking guy.
Yeah. Nice fucking guy with all the money.
Must be on the balcony.
Well, I have shitloads of money always. My fucking money.
Stop. Just calm down, please.
I'm not coming down
You've
because...
had too much to drink, alright?
I'm
Just...
not coming down because I've had so much to drink and I have shitloads of money in New Zealand. It's not funny. Shit. You know?
Calm down, please.
Do you know how I... Yeah. 'cause no
Bro,
one
this
knows.
is why I keep saying not to get drunk, because you could be, bro, like, she's clearly sounds like she's drunk, and she's in a situation like this. Come on, bro, let's not act like getting drunk is okay, man. I have some people in here telling me that getting drunk is okay or whatever. Bro, this is what this could be your portion. Bro, you shouldn't even be in this situation with a creepy, weird man. You should meet up with him at least during the day. Don't go back to his place.
Has money.
Do you even remember what you were doing to me like half an hour ago? It was freaking me out. You beat me up for no reason.
Exactly.
Why?
Because you said you freak.
You thought it was funny or something. It's not.
No, I told you.
In the audio, he can be heard saying to Warina that she was lucky he didn't throw her off the balcony, along with numerous other threats.
Nice girl.
He's
Fucking
It's not
insane.
about who you need.
You're
It's
fucking-
not about who.
Yeah, it is. You're fucking insane.
It's not about who you need. It's about who you give a shit now.
See, I thought you were kidding, and I've taken enough. This is fucking bullshit. You're lucky I haven't chucked you off my fucking balcony, you goddamn psycho little bitch.
Oh, that's
What do
crazy.
you think I am? Yeah. Do your Muay Thai now. What? What? Got something to say? Say it.
Yeah.
Say it. Who the fuck do you think you are?
No!
Hmm?
No! No!
You're
No!
trying to kill me, huh?
No!
Why'd you try to hit me with that?
No!
Huh?
No! No!
Oh no. This is.
No! No!
Fucking no.
Hey yo. This is crazy.
It's all on recording, you know? It's all being recorded.
Yo, this is nuts.
I would, but you've been a bad girl.
It's apparent that both Gable and Warina were very drunk, with Warina sounding a lot drunker than Gable, slurring
Yeah.
all of her words. Warina apparently thought the only way to escape would be attempting to climb down the building,
What
which
the?
resulted in her falling from the balcony to her death.
Oh!
Gable, who was 28 at the time, was arrested for her death, but was ultimately acquitted of all charges. The prosecution claimed that Gable locked Warina on his balcony following a heated argument, and when she tried to escape, presumably to a lower floor, she plummeted to her death. Gable's defense team said Warina was extremely intoxicated and that she had been acting irrationally before her tragic fall.
Yeah.
Prosecutors argued that Gable had choked Warina, trapped her, and made her so afraid that she felt she had no choice but to escape at whatever cost. An audio recording of Gable's phone call with his father right after the incident was eventually released, and in it, Gable is heard telling his father that things had become violent between the pair and that he locked her on his balcony, but insisted that he did not push her.
Hello, Dad?
That's crazy.
I might have a bit of a situation.
The thing is, why is he acting so calm? Like he's walking around, he's not even running, trying to get help. This dude is sus. He's weird. Why are you acting so calm right now? I would be yelling.
I met up with a girl for a date tonight, and she started getting really aggressive. Like, it was alright at first, and like we, had sex in bed, and then after that, like, she kept drinking, and we were both drinking, and she, like, I think she thought it was like a joke or something, but she kept, like, beating me up and whatever. Like, I've been walking around and there, like, a million cops around my building. I don't know what to do.
And this dude is scot-free.
I didn't push
He's
her.
not in jail anymore. That's crazy.
I'm like just walking around the area, and there's like a million cops around the area. It's really up. I don't know what to do. Like I'm walking around the area, and I just see a million cops around Avalon. That this is really up. Why does this keep happening to me? Like I swear to God, I didn't push her or anything. I just chucked her out on the balcony and shut the door because she was beating me up.
According to a downstairs neighbor, loud arguments with women could be heard quite often from Gable's apartment, hinting that this kind of thing was a regular occurrence with him.
Wow.
Many people do believe that Gable murdered Warina, and there was public outrage when Gable was acquitted.
But he still got off scot-free. Come on, bro.
The process of going through a divorce is usually not a pleasant one, and emotions are often very mixed. For some, a divorce can be a horrible time in one's life, full of grief and sorrow. But for others, it can be a hopeful time, a fresh start. For 39-year-old Jovi Pillipil, a nurse from Sydney, Australia, her recent divorce with ex-husband Alexander Villaluna was going to be a new beginning. Jovi posted on Facebook, "New Year, New Beginnings," accompanied by a smiling photo of herself. She had since posted on her Facebook of flowers sent by secret admirers and birthday cards and gifts from her 3 children, who called her the best mother there can be, and an independent mother and woman. In March 2016, Jovi was using Tinder to find a date. Jovi is the mother of 4.
Man.
She grew up in the Philippines and then moved to Auckland, New Zealand to train to be a nurse, and then she and her family would eventually move to Sydney, Australia. While on Tinder, she matched 53-year-old businessman Keith Collins. Keith had 3 children and 4 stepchildren. The two enjoyed
Jeez.
chatting and
3 children and 3 stepchildren? Oh my goodness, bro.
decided to meet for a date. On March 30th, 2016, they went to dinner at a Korean barbecue restaurant. Just as they were finishing up, a man came up and put his arm around Keith. It was Jovi's ex-husband, Alexander.
Oh.
He asked Keith what he was doing with his wife. Keith said they were just having
You mean your ex, right? Oh, you're crazy. You're weird.
dinner. Then suddenly Alexander grabbed Keith by the neck with his left arm, and he used his right hand to stab him in the abdomen with a hunting knife.
What?
Jovi started screaming at him to stop, saying they were just having dinner. After stabbing Keith several times, Alexander turned his attention to his 35-year-old estranged wife. He stabbed her once in the chest and once again in the arm when she tried to defend herself. Keith had fallen to the floor and he was trying to get up. Alexander got on top of him and then using both hands, he punched the knife into his chest.
What?
He did this 5 more times. After stabbing Keith 11 times and his ex-wife twice, Alexander calmly walked out of the restaurant. Jovi began to run from the restaurant, and at
How?
first Alexander went after her, but he seemed to give up or change his mind and head back to the restaurant, where he sat by Keith's now dead body and waited for the police to arrive.
Oh my.
He surrendered without putting up a fight to the arresting officer, and he admitted that he attacked Keith because he was having dinner with his ex-wife.
Yeah. This dude crazy. This dude is nuts.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.
You stabbed him 11 times because he's literally having dinner with your ex-wife. Bro, she did the right thing to divorce your crazy, psychotic, psychopathic. That is nuts.
Jovi was taken to the hospital, and while she sustained injuries, she survived the attack. Alexander and Jovi had met 9 years earlier when they were both training to be a nurse in Auckland. They were both from the Philippines. Jovi claimed that Alexander was abusive from the start of their relationship.
Yep.
He wouldn't let her have friends and wouldn't let her leave the house often.
Crazy.
Jovi already had 3 children from a previous relationship in 2011. She had 1 son with Alexander. 2 years before Keith was murdered, Jovi left Alexander and got a restraining order against him. In response to this, he told her that he would kill her if she ever started dating another man. But he also said at a later time he would spare her life because of their son. In September of 2017, Alexander pleaded guilty to murder. When given the chance to apologize, Alexander said it was difficult to say he was sorry because he was still angry about what happened to him. It also turned out that he told the probation and parole service that Jovi blamed herself for the problems in their relationship. So according to him, she would have been happy to have been killed by him. Alexander also claimed he attacked Keith in self-defense. However, CCTV footage clearly showed that he was the aggressor. The judge said the most heinous part was when he attacked Keith while he was already on the floor bleeding to death. In October of 2017, Alexander was sentenced to 40 years in prison, and he'd have to serve at least 30 years before he could apply for parole.
Hey, bro, should be life. Life in prison and a death sentence.
Be able to apply for parole on March 30th, 2046, when he's 74 years old.
Heck no. Life in prison, death sentence, not 74. Come on, bro. This is why the Bible says specifically you have to be equally yoked. You won't be having crazy relationships, marriages like this if your husband and your wife were equally yoked together. Not have one being a psychopath and an abuser and another one. Like, come on, bro. This is crazy. That is sad. That is sad.
On the morning of October 26th, 2018, 21-year-old Grace Mullane drove from her Essex County home to Heathrow Airport in London, where she boarded her flight to Peru. She spent the next 10 days traveling from island to island before heading on her way to Auckland, New Zealand, where she would arrive on November 30th, 2 days before her 22nd birthday. Grace was staying at a hostel where she made friends with some of the other tourists and backpackers. Grace was known for being an outgoing social butterfly. She spent the rest of the night on the 30th taking it relatively easy, and decided to start swiping on Tinder looking to meet someone, maybe make some local friends while she visited.
Don't do it.
She swiped until she connected with somebody named Jesse, and the two began to chat. Grace and Jesse made plans to go on a date the following day, and so on December 1st, 2018, Grace's bunkmates watched as Grace got ready and left the hostel to head to her date with Jesse. A few hours went by, and at some point in the evening, Grace sent a message to a friend back home stating that the date was going really well and she felt a connection with Jesse. However, it wasn't long after this message that Grace's phone and social media activity went silent. The next day was her birthday, and many of Grace's family and friends went on to send Grace happy birthday wishes, but she never replied to any of them. As the days went on, everybody became increasingly concerned. And so on December 5th, 2018, Grace's family reported her missing to Auckland law enforcement. They clarified their concern by pointing out that Grace was actually carrying 2 cell phones while she traveled just in case there was ever an issue with one of them, so that way she would still be able to stay in touch. Both of Grace's cell phones had been going directly to voicemail as of December 2nd. Grace's father traveled to New Zealand to do some searching of his own. CCTV footage caught Grace leaving her hostel at exactly 5:37 p.m. She then walked to a bar and casino known as Sky City, which was fairly close to her hostel, and she waited there for a few moments until she's seen meeting up with and hugging Jesse. The two of them then went into Sky City for approximately 90 minutes while they had some drinks together, and things appeared to be going really well and the two appeared to be hitting it off. They continued their date onto the next bar, known as Mexican Cafe. They had a few more drinks at the Mexican Cafe, and then they continued on again to another bar known as the Blue Stone Room. While at the Blue Stone Room, things appeared to become more intimate between the two. They can be seen kissing multiple times, before Jesse made a quick trip to the bathroom. This is the exact moment that Grace messaged her friend back home that she was having a really good time with her date. Jesse then returned, and the two eventually left the bar at 9:40 p.m. The two are seen holding hands and walking towards a building known as the City Life Hotel, where Jesse rented an apartment. The two can be seen entering the elevator of the building and exiting on the floor of Jesse's apartment. This is the last moment that Grace was seen alive.
Oh my god.
The next morning on December 2nd, Jesse is then seen entering the elevator alone and exiting his apartment building. He's then seen purchasing a handful of cleaning supplies as well as a new large suitcase.
Oh my gosh. What? Don't tell me he did what I think he did. Oh my goodness. What's with these people, bro? They're crazy in the head.
Places the new purchases inside his apartment.
They need
and then he
God.
leaves the apartment again. He then jumps in a taxi and gets a ride to a local car rental facility where he rents a vehicle and heads to another bar in the area to meet up with a second Tinder date the day after murdering his previous Tinder date. This date became uncomfortable very quickly, and she decided to end things because she found him really creepy after he had been talking about the best places to hide a dead body. The date was over.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Bro, that's where you call the police. If a man is joking about this is where you can hide a dead body and make it as a joke, that's when you call the police. Because he probably already did it a couple days ago.
Jesse stopped by the front desk of his apartment building and asked if he could borrow a Rug Doctor carpet steam cleaning machine. He brought it up to his apartment and spent a couple hours in there before appearing on camera again.
That's
He
crazy.
was then seen bringing a hotel luggage cart up to his room, and shortly after, reappearing in the elevator with the luggage cart loaded with his new suitcase.
Did he really cut up the body? Oh, this dude's crazy.
The other small suitcases. He then brings the luggage cart down to his rented vehicle and loads everything inside. The next morning at around 7 a.m. on December 3rd, Jesse then went to a nearby store and purchased a brand new shovel. He then returned to his apartment building just after 9 a.m. He then stopped by a random trash can and tossed out some items, and then drove to a dry cleaning service to clean some clothing, and then he took his car rental to be completely cleaned. Police caught up with Jesse a few days later and brought him in for questioning.
Wow. Wow.
The police believe that Jesse was involved in some way due to the substantial amount of evidence against him.
Tell us about Grace. So I was talking to Grace on Tinder. We'd matched on Friday. I saw that we'd matched the next day on Saturday.
How did the evening pan out?
Bro, look at this murderous psychopath. Look at the way he's dressed. He dressed like he about to go on his third Tinder date. Oh my goodness. Oh, I beg you, please, guys, please, don't use Tinder. I beg. Please, don't use Tinder. It is full of sickos. It's full of crazy, psychotic people. Pray to God for a God-fearing man. Pray to God for a God-fearing woman, and God will deliver. I promise you. Promise you. Because this ain't it. Going on Tinder, and then the person that you meet saying some, this is how you can hide a dead body, is saying it as a joke. Thank God that woman took it as a creepy man and left immediately.
Yeah, pretty good. I didn't initially know that she was real.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of, so have you heard of catfish?
Why are they hiding the face?
So
Or you know what he looks
catfishing
like.
is where someone uses your profile, or uses your photos and pretends to be you and then meets, and you're a completely different person. And it's happened to a few people I know in Australia, and it's all over the TV. So I thought, you know what, if I meet at Sky City, at least I know that there's lots of people around. So if it is someone that it's not, then I can just walk away.
How did the evening sort of come to an end?
There was a hug and a kiss on the cheek, and a thanks, no, nice meeting you. And then I said, let me know about tomorrow. And she said, okay. And then she kept walking.
We actually don't know if she's been murdered or not yet. She may be alive and well.
Okay.
But she might also be dead. Okay? And it could be that you've done it.
Look at this man. Look at this man.
Hey, I just want to ask a question. Am I being arrested for something I didn't do?
You haven't been arrested, mate.
Oh.
No.
Oh. Oh.
They immediately obtained a search warrant for Jesse's apartment.
Oh my
and they began a
goodness.
forensic examination. Despite Jesse's cleaning attempts, the investigators were able to discover blood in and around the two edges of his apartment carpet using luminol. Jesse was then interviewed again on December 7th, just 2 days after his initial interview, and this was when his story to police began to change.
Fam, we caught you. We caught you red-handed. There's blood all over your carpet. Are you still gonna lie? Oh my goodness. Just face the charges, fam. Face the charges.
Out to Cuba.
Life in prison,
First,
death sentence.
I
Easy.
picked up a shovel from ITM at Cumia. I ended up driving towards the Waitakaries. I went into the bush.
Why are you
I
crying?
dug a hole. I went and got the suitcase.
They found the body? Yep, of course.
Covered the hole.
Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy.
And then I drove.
Why are you crying?
Possessions.
I threw them in the rubbish.
Whereabouts?
Albert Park rubbish.
Right. So what items of her property have been disposed of in Albert Park?
Everything.
All of her clothing.
Everything that was in the room.
Right.
I was just panicking.
Did you inflict any injuries on her that caused her to die?
No.
Did you kill Grace Mullane? Okay. And you're under arrest for the murder of Grace Mullane on or about the 2nd of December. You understand?
Yep.
Jesse was charged and held in police custody, and while behind bars, police found pictures Jesse took of Grace before placing her inside the luggage that he purchased. Google search history and GPS from Jesse's cell phone led investigators to the Waitakere mountain ranges, where they discovered the luggage with Grace's body buried in a hole.
Wow.
Jesse was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison with a minimum non-parole period of 17 years. During this time, 2 more victims came forward and accused Jesse of sexually assaulting them after matching with him on Tinder.
Oh my
In
goodness.
October of 2020, Jesse was convicted of 8 more charges related to these offenses.
That's
He was
crazy.
sentenced to serve an additional 11 years concurrently to
Why are you smiling?
the life sentence that he had already received. Jesse Kempson currently resides at the Auckland prison in New Zealand.
Good.
He will remain.
Good. Amen. Where he will remain forever and ever. Amen. Like, come on, bro. We're not dealing with this nonsense. Oh my goodness. But all in all, I pray that he repents from this nonsense. I pray that he may come to God. Because if he does not come to God and he thinks that he can just get away with this, you're obviously in prison. God's not going to be pleased with you. When day happens, you will take account for the murder of that woman and the sexual assault that you have done. God will judge you on. So I pray that this man repents and turns to God before it's too late. Seriously, God forgives you. As much as how horrific that was, God will forgive you. God's forgiven all of our sins. He died on the cross for our sins. Please turn to God before it's too late, man. I pray for this, man. Seriously. Yeah, that'll be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Tinder is horrific. Don't go on it. Do not go on it. It's not worth it. Catch you guys later. Take care. Peace.
You win. Perfect.